speech. Episode of WHTV.
Well, how's class when I con it?
Mike, you're not supposed to tell them that we're skipping.
Oh, we're not skipping. This is just part of our senior privileges.
Yep, and we even went all the way around due to the closed gates.
Oh yeah, isn't that because underclassmen have been using their underclassmen privileges?
No, I don't think so, but Morgan McCabe and Sydney Dunham wondered about that too. Let's see what their story is like.
Last week, it was announced that the gates to the side entrance of Winnacunnet will be closed during the school day until the end of the year.
Many students have different opinions regarding this entrance being closed. We talked to students that were directly impacted by this.
I have an ELO first block. I'm at Hampton Academy and I'm a teacher's assistant with Miss Frost, who's a social studies teacher. And normally I come in through the gates after my internship, but now that they're closed, I have to go all the way around and it adds time on to my commute, if you want to say, so I have less time in the classroom.
I live 2 minutes down the road, and sometimes if I come to school late and try and go in the back entrance, I can't get in and I have to go all the way around the front, which just takes more time.
I have second block off, and usually I take that exit because I park in the senior lot, but now it cuts time off because I have to go all the way around, and I usually go to my house and it's 3 seconds away, but now it takes more time to go all the way around.
I have second block off, and the gates closing have caused just a little bit of annoyance because when I go to leave to get something or to go do something, I have to go all the way around, and since I park in the senior lot or the auditorium lot, I have to drive all the way around the front entrance and go over multiple speed bumps, and it's just unnecessary.
A lot of students believe this new rule is due to the students leaving campus when they are not supposed to, when in fact, this rule has come about as a precautionary measure regarding student safety. Principal McGowan recently commented on this.
We have 2 entrances to the building. How do I make sure that we have protection against all the entrances? You hear about different things happening across the nation. And to me, having the 2 entrances is just one of those things that if something happened and somebody did come through the rear gates, why did I have them open? So it was something that we do close them, at least the exit in the morning, and just to have better control, a little better security, we decided to close the gates.
Officer DeLuca was able to further expand on the reasons for the gates being closed.
They want to discourage people from coming in. They want everyone to come in one pathway, so to speak. It's a little bit easier to control. It's a little easier to see who comes and goes and keep an eye on things like that.
With this change, Winnacunnet had its students' best interests in mind.
This is not due to students skipping, but because of safety issues regarding people entering and leaving the campus.
Well, I'm glad everyone's behaving.
Oh, no doubt. The kids at Winnacunnet are great.
Yeah, how are the juniors at prom? I sure look like they had a fun time.
Luckily, Alia and I went to prom and made sure that everyone behaved. Let's roll it.
The junior prom is arguably one of the most important aspects of your 4 years spent in high school. Last Saturday night, the junior class and their guests were invited to the C-Class Event Center at Salisbury Beach to have a night to remember. We spoke with some students in attendance to hear their thoughts about the night.
So far, prom's going great. Say my highlight of the night is when Johnny Cadigan busted a pretty nice move out there.
I think prom's going great. My highlight also has to be Johnny Cadigan busting the move in the center of the dance floor.
So prom is going pretty good. We spent the whole time in the photo booth and eating ice. But other than that, it was pretty fun.
So far, prom's been a blast. The dance floor has been the best thing so far, and the bus ride's been pretty fun as well.
Yeah, this is my first prom. I'm really excited. It's been really fun. It's really hot, but it's been a good time.
Prom is going really well so far. It's a really nice place. Lots of fun dancing. My favorite part so far is dancing with Sophie Roby and Sarah Jones.
Reigning prom king and queen Nick Mooney and Audrey Pryor also made an appearance to crown this year's new royalty, Ryan Hammond as king and Lily Fenlon as queen.
really surprised. I've been head of prom committee for like the whole year, and it's amazing. It turned out way better than we thought, and I don't know, this was just like awesome. I don't know how else to say it.
We're so glad you all had a fun time this evening, and it was great to see you all.
For WHTV, Ali and Emily.
See, I told you they behaved.
Looks like they did.
And they all cleaned up pretty nicely, too.
Yeah, the girls look like princesses. Speaking of princesses, didn't you become one?
Oh, yes. It became official when I visited the Queen.
Oh, right. Yeah.
No, I'm serious. Deem and I will fill you in.
Hi, I'm Dima and I'm with Emily Duran for WHTV.
We're in Kensington, New Hampshire right now, where kings, queens, pirates, and gypsies all come together every year to raise money for the New Hampshire Food Bank. Let's check it out. Teachers at Winnacunnet, Mr. Bernier and Miss Bernier, help put on the New Hampshire Renaissance Fair each year. This year, they had over 8,000 attendees and raised over $5,000 for the New Hampshire Food Bank.
So the Renaissance Fair, what we do is we try and reenact the Renaissance period. I'm queen here, so most of my time is spent greeting the children and making sure they have a fun time and get to be princesses or knights for the day, so we can kind of live out a bit of our fantasies and our fancy costumes.
This fair we have pirates and jousting, we have 70 vendors, we have 8 or 9 food vendors, 15 different acts that are going on throughout the day. And then the patrons, when you walk around, you'll notice that many of them are dressed and they're encouraged to come in their own costumes. We are having a record-setting year this year. We've almost doubled our attendance on some days. It's really going well.
All of our proceeds do go to charity. We are a 501c3 charity, so we raise money for the New Hampshire Food Bank, the Rockingham Meals on Wheels, and the Granite States Arts Academy this year.
My favorite part, I think, is just seeing all the people come in and have a good time. The kids really seem to enjoy it.
So make sure you hit up the Renaissance Fair next year. It was a great time, lots of good looks, good laughs, and great food. For WHTV, Emily Durant and Dima.
I mean, I thought you were already a princess, but looks like it was fun.
Yeah, and it was really nice to see teachers at Winnacunnet giving back to their community, too.
You know where else would be a cool place to go with teachers?
Where?
Washington, D.C. Close-Up's high school programs are designed to give students and educators an inside look at democracy in action. Using the nation's capital as a living classroom, participants get a close-up view at the government, interacting with the people, processes, and places that make up this city.
Close Up DC. It's not your 8th grade field trip to DC. If you've been to DC as part of some sort of middle school field trip, this is not the same thing.
Close Up is a program that over the last few years, students have gone to Washington, D.C. Last year, or I should say this school year, they went to Hawaii as part of the World Close Up program. Mr. Gushy and I are the co-advisors for next year, and we would like to take a group during the election week, or again in April. We are looking for participants of all years. If you're looking for a open place in your schedule, Foundations is a senior year class that you can take, and this would qualify as an ELO to give you that credit.
So if you're interested in politics, seeing DC, maybe from a different angle, not from the tourist angle, but really getting involved and seeing how government works and maybe making some contacts with representatives, you know, we encourage you to apply, sign up.
Wow, that actually seems like a great experience. For more information on this trip, visit Mr. Han in room C212.
Wow, it's getting pretty hot out. I want to go for a swim.
Actually, Mike, I think I might go for a bike ride.
You know, it's pushing 90 degrees today. I think we should be just chilling.
Well, the Winnicott Cycling Club hasn't been relaxing. As a team, their training rides are around 20 miles, and they climb anywhere from 200 to 500 feet in a single ride. The final race at Profile Mountain School on May 18th, called the Hell of the North, was a 23.5-mile loop climbing over 2,000 feet. Josh Ryan and Drew DeMossis competed against 23 other racers. Both racers were extremely challenged, and great job.
Wow, that seems intense.
Yeah, kind of like Frisbee.
Frisbee? Come on.
No, I swear. Have you seen the new course at Winnicott?
What course? For Frisbees?
Well, technically it's called Frisbee Golf, but let's just see what Mike and Jess have to say about it.
Originating in Scandinavia in the 13th century, Frisbee golf, as we now know it, was a very popular game among the Vikings.
That's so not true, but we just recently installed a whole Frisbee golf course at Winnicott spanning the entire athletic field, so maybe that's what you're thinking?
I'm just playing around. As the weather starts to get nicer, people are looking for ways to get outside and enjoy themselves. Here at Winnicott, there's now a new way to do this. Thanks to the Winnicott Foundation, Mrs. Wiedenbacher, and the Decisions Group, Winnicott now has been blessed with a disc golf course spanning the athletic fields.
We have an outdoor ed program here in Decisions, and I think one of the features of it is that we are always trying to do things that are non-traditional physical education opportunities. So rock climbing, those kinds of things. And so Frisbee golf is a sport that you don't have to have any super skill to play it. I mean, it's a tough sport. As we have learned, it's a lot harder than one thinks. But there are a couple courses around here, and so we would play some of the courses, and the kids were really liking it. So I said, well, why don't we build our own?
Similar to golf, the objective of disc golf is to complete each hole in as few throws as possible. Instead of using clubs and a ball, players use a Frisbee-like disc. Players tee off at a tee pad and throw towards a basket, which is in place of a hole.
So it starts down in the baseball field by the dugout, and the first hole is this little short dog leg that you got to be careful or you flick the Frisbee into the woods. And those Frisbees, by the way, are not like the kind that I learned how to play ultimate with. They're not the big, nice flying. These suckers are solid, heavy, and there's things like putters and mid-distance and drivers and all this other, and approach, all these other kind of cool things. And they all weigh a little differently, and they all are have a little different shape, are designed specifically to modify the trajectory of the flight.
This 9-hole course was designed and constructed by students of the Decisions Group here at Winnicott.
Decisions program is a group on campus here, special education, those with emotional handicaps, and we provide educational and emotional support for them to help them through school.
After further research, we have concluded that Mike's theory was actually completely false.
I'm still sticking to my theory, and as the Vikings once say, Inga Digga Durgan, meaning Frisbee golf is a lot of fun. For WHTV, this is Mike and Jess.
All right. Me and Emily are off to play some ultimate Frisbee golf.
That's all we have for you today. I'm going to enjoy this beautiful beach day. The rest of your school day.
And Mike Moser.
And Emily Durant.
We'll see you later.